But as a cis woman, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, your bitch, your homeschooler, Simplicity, and today we're going to be getting into a very touchy subject. First and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and put out a little disclaimer. I do not tolerate any kind of transphobia. We're not going to be doing any of that in these comments. So if y'all feel like y'all need to go somewhere to spread your hate, you're going to have to do that somewhere else. All right? This is not the place, time, or channel. So sorry about it. With that being said, let's get into what brought me to this topic today.
So please tread lightly.
So I've been on Threads a lot lately, which is why I decided to say thread lightly, because sometimes you can actually get triggered. I was actually on there and I seen this photo that was going around, was actually going viral, of this person that had their ID, and everybody was like, wow, ate the girls up. She looks amazing. Wouldn't even be able to tell in general, just flawless, right? And I was actually in full support of this lady until I went to her page and I seen this. In her post, she writes, fun fact, we trans women are 90% more feminine than normal women in 2025. Luckily, it is 2026 now, but we're about to quickly get into this. So I was going through the comments. A lot of people were just like, is this rage bait? Like, are you serious? Like, why would you say something like that? And honestly, I'm kind of in agreement with a lot of the comments. Like, I feel like trans women, y'all fight very hard to be accepted by a lot of people and into a lot of spaces. So for you as a trans woman to say something like, we are 90% more feminine than normal women in 2025 in general, that just seems very, like, I don't know. Are we okay? Are you rage baiting? Like, I'm wondering, is she rage baiting or what is it? Like, I'm really not understanding. But I really wanted to get into this because it reminded me of a video that I had seen, I want to say like a month or so ago. And the rhetoric that this person was spewing, I was just like, I mean, you can enter womanhood and, have the right to feel like, oh, I'm that girl, I'm that bitch, without stepping on the women that were already in womanhood. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna show some clips. We're gonna do a little bit of talking, and we're gonna kind of like just cover a few things, a few opinions, like cisgender, this, that, whatever. We're gonna get into it. So someone commented that male urge to conquer and dominate never left you, and that's why you see womanhood as something you can win. Y'all not ready for that conversation though, so whatever helps you sleep at night, I guess. And when I read that, I was like, okay, I guess mentally it does make sense. Like if they still have the mentality of a male, because I'm just like, you coming over here feeling like you're taking over womanhood, that is completely insane. Just because you finally got to, be all feminine and girly and stuff like that. That's a great thing. You should be able to be who you feel like you are. But for you to be able to express and say, oh, well, now that I've done all of this stuff, now that I got my inches, now that I got my lips done, my titties done, I'm more of a woman than y'all. I'm more feminine than y'all. And just because you have all of those dolly things, that can dollify you and make you look real good and pretty, it doesn't mean that you truly understand womanhood yet. And another thing, like, I don't want people to think that just because I say they don't understand womanhood, it means that, oh, they have to have periods and they have to have kids to understand womanhood. Because womanhood is more than just kids. That's just personally how I feel. It's more than, having birth, and not only just that, but bleeding. Okay, womanhood is a lot of things, like finding your voice in this society. Okay, especially where it's always so easy to be just toned down or pushed down because men feel like what we say has no true value. So it's just like, womanhood is a lot, and you cannot tell biological women that they're less feminine to you. How are we less feminine? What makes us less feminine? Because we're not dressing up? Is that what it is? Is it because we're using our voices now that has been oppressed for years? I would love to know what makes us more masculine. Oh, and before I forget, a lot of things that I've noticed with some trans women, definitely not all, but it is quite a few, is that they love to call biological women cis women, even when they've clearly stated that they feel like that term may be offensive or they don't like it. But it's okay for them to be able to say stuff like that. However, if we say trans woman or something like that, some trans women take offense to that.
gardeners have planted white roses when I specifically asked for red?
You could always paint the roses red.
What an odd thing to say.
And they will argue you down and basically just be like, no, I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I'm a woman. So it's a lot of hypocrisy there. And I just feel like when it comes to like y'all coming into womanhood, trying to form a sisterhood or just enter a phase of something that we've already had, it doesn't feel like they're trying to, come in and be a part of a sisterhood or womanhood, but instead sometimes it can feel like they're trying to colonize and take over womanhood and rewrite it. And one of my biggest issues with that is if you as a biological man felt like you didn't fit into the ideals of manhood and you wanted to transition, why do you feel like if you didn't fit in a space where you were already born, it's okay to come and erase the women that were already here? You get what I'm saying? Like, instead it should be an understanding or a let's work together, let's do this, not a competition. So I'm going to play a few clips. I want to hear y'all's opinions down in the comments below. Let me know what y'all feeling, and we're going to get into it.
You openly you'll tell a female, I've seen you do this. Bitch, you jealous of me. And a female's thing is, how could I be jealous of a carbon copy? I'd like you to elaborate on what you mean.
Girl, I'm so glad you asked me that, because there's all their response. How can I be jealous? I'm the real thing. So if you're the real thing, why are you angry? If I want to be you, why do you need to say that? You see my existence. I don't want to be you. I don't want to have periods. I don't want children. You have nothing that I want. When it came to this woman, that was hormone therapy. I've always known how I wanted to present before I even knew what transgender was. Back in the day when I was a kid, I used to see the television shows like Maury and Jerry Springer and Ricky Lake. And is it a man or is it a woman? It's a transsexual, it's a transgender. And even though I didn't know how that was possible, I knew that that was me. It's representation. And when I tell women that they're jealous and their response is, how could I be? Look at you.
Oh.
That's really what it's all about. Our physical. Yes, we are women inside of here, but they can't see inside. They only see our physical, and this physical is what has you in an uproar. You can call it fake, you can call it this, you can call it that, but it's mine. There's a lot of biological women out here with fake breasts and ass and hips and teeth. So why aren't their bodies fake? Y'all are jealous. That's what it is, girl. It's jealousy. And they need to be reminded of that. And again, when I speak like that, it's not all women. They be quick to be like, oh, y'all hate us. Y'all are jealous of us. No, sweetie. If y'all left us alone, there would be no problem.
So what does leaving us alone look like to you?
Leaving us alone is allowing us to be. Leaving us alone is staying in your place. Leaving us alone is not feeling obligated that it is your business to tell a man what's between our legs or what we were born. That's what leaving us alone is. Leaving us alone is not trying to figure out who's having sex with us because we all fucking the same man.
Well, do you truly believe that we're all fucking the same man?
Absolutely. I deal with husbands all the time, boyfriends all the time. It's not something that I'm proud of, but it is also a part of the reason why I'm single, because I see how they do you. So you can't be the blueprint. I allow you to be you and exist. Why can't we? And I'm just not one of those girls who are asking to be friends. I'm not one of those girls that are asking for you to allow me to be myself. I'm not looking for your approval. I'm not looking for your acceptance. I'm not looking for your opinion. None of that matters to me.
Something that she said that I completely disagree with is that women are not the blueprint. First and foremost, let's go ahead and throw all of the delusions out of the window, okay? Women are absolutely the blueprint. She looks like a woman, okay? If women are not the blueprint, then why don't you have a 5 o'clock shadow? If women are not the blueprint, where's the mustache? Because you want to look soft. You want to look feminine. And most women do look soft and feminine. And it's okay if biological women or trans women don't. Everybody does not have to look soft and feminine all the time. Life is hard, and you're not always going to have your appearances looking 100% perfection, all right? But something that she did say that I actually agree with, I know I'm going to get a little side eye, a little flack from the comments, is that women can be jealous of trans women. I do believe that is very valid, okay? And I'm gonna tell you how and why I believe that. Some trans women going through their processes and their stages, they can really, really, really have like this super glow up. I don't know if y'all ever heard of the trans girl Amaya Scott. That girl is gorgeous. When I was younger, I want to say probably in my earlier 20s, I was just like, dang, she's so pretty. Like, god dang, like she is so lucky to look like that. Then I found out she was trans and I was just like, dang, like, girl, you did that. Like, I couldn't even tell. I couldn't even tell, girl. But like, honestly, like sometimes you can see an aesthetic on some of them and just get wrapped up into it because we don't always look at trans women as trans women. We just look at y'all as women. I think sometimes the thing is some of y'all see yourselves as more and feel like you guys have to, announce that, oh, we're women, we're women, we're women. But many of us biological women respect and see y'all as women and actually admire y'all's aesthetics and looks. We know y'all be giving, but sometimes it just feels like we don't get that same love in return. It's more so like y'all should respect my hustle and grind because I'm a bad bitch. I'm the baddest. Like, and it's just like, okay, yes, you're a bad bitch, but damn, like we can't all be bad bitches together. Like, no, it's you guys. Fuck us normies. I don't know. All right, y'all, we gonna get into the next clip.
This is what I mean when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you.
Honestly, I just put this clip in just so you guys could see how some trans women think differently than the other ones. So I really don't feel like truly addressing it because it just sounds dumb. I'm sorry. Like, personally, I feel like if women don't own womanhood, then who does? Men? Like, men? That's like saying men don't own manhood. Then who owns it? Women? I don't get it. So I'm going to just let y'all chime in below. Let me know, how do y'all feel about that? Who owns womanhood? Who owns manhood? Please let me know.
Makes you stand up every day and make you identify as a woman. Let me challenge you on that.
I am a woman, and I don't like being called a cis woman because I'm not a cis woman. I'm a woman. I'm not a birthing person. I'm a mother.
So get mad at the terminology, not at trans people.
It's your new terminology.
The terminology has been around for so long. Cis is a prefix. Cis means same. Instead of getting mad at trans and non-binary people for using updated terminology, get mad at Webster. You're not going along with the times and being educated on the different pronouns, different identities.
You have to admit, some of the pronouns are kind of ridiculous. I mean, to be, with all due respect, I mean, even I'm sure you have to agree some of the pronouns that
I don't think
use.
they're ridiculous. I think they're very expansive. Trans and non-binary people just want you to respect their chosen pronoun. We are not trying to force pronouns on you. Just understand that the terminology is going to continue to grow. If you're willing to educate yourself and understand, then you've got it.
So I do gotta admit that watching this clip did have me like just a smidge bit triggered, and it's not because like the term cis just completely triggers me. No, I don't want to be called a cis woman. Growing up, I haven't had to be called it. I feel like I shouldn't be called it now, whatever. Like, it is what it is. But like, it triggered me because I just feel like it's just blatant disrespect if someone's telling you, I don't want to use this term, and you're just like, well, don't be mad at us for using this term, be mad at the people that created it. That's like the people that created the F slur, which is a terrible and disgusting word to call anybody. But I hear people joking and using that shit all the time. But regardless of who uses it and how they joke with it, if somebody says that word and they tell you that they don't like hearing you say that, you should respect that. Nobody wants to be called something that they don't want to be called. You're telling us you want to be called she. Some trans men want to be called he. It's disrespectful for us to not go by your pronouns, right? So I feel like we as biological women and biological men should have that same respect had for us. If we tell you don't call us that, then just don't call us that. I feel like everybody could really coexist if we all just respect each other the same way we want to be respected. Someone said, I feel like we should call each other what we want to be called across the board. So bio women, we can't be sitting here calling trans women men and then turn around and say, we don't want to be called cis. I feel like the respect should be mutual across the board, and I agree 100%. Somebody else chimed in and said, I'm in nursing school and the medical term is female. I don't know where y'all got this from, but it's not used in medical terminology. It's not even in the book. And I don't know how true that is, but if any of you guys are in med school, please let me know down below. Do they use the term cis to refer to patients, or is it just like, no, is it just like a internet thing?
You can't start living as a woman for the last 3 or 4 years, 5 years, and then tell somebody who's been a woman for the last 30 years what being a woman is. I live and let live. I don't care, but don't try to make me accept certain things that I just don't want to accept. I have my right to not want to accept certain things or certain terms or to be labeled a certain kind of way, but they're forcing it down our throats, and I don't appreciate that. I'm on TikTok all the time, and I'm seeing trans women. You real women are just jealous because your men want us. You real women are just jealous because you don't look as good as, like, where's all of that coming from? Like, what is that about? You know, but then as soon as you respond, like Jess Hilarious did, now we're transphobic and people are disgusted with us. But nobody is saying nothing about the stuff that's coming to us.
Okay, so I wanted to highlight this little conversation or whatever. I know there's a debate about whether we call natural born women women or cis women or whatever the case may be. I want to put my input on that, whether or not we should call them cis women. And this is how I feel about it. I'm not trying to sound like a pick-me. You know, I'm very pro-trans. However, I don't believe in calling someone anything they don't want to be called. I understand the argument that y'all say that cis is the scientific term. And whether that's true or whatever the case may be, the scientific term for a trans woman is a transvestite. I don't want anybody calling me a transvestite. So because I'm telling you to call me a trans woman, not a transvestite, not a tranny, not a transsexual, I think that women should have the right to not be called cis. So I just say biological women. I think in this era of us wanting respect, we should also give the same respect that we want. So that's how I feel about it. I mean, y'all can agree or disagree. It's not really up for debate. I'm just sharing my opinion. But yeah.
And this right here is basically all that I'm saying. Everybody should just respect everybody, all right? So, with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like the video. If you are liking my content, this is my second video over here on this channel. I have a gaming channel as well. It's Simplicity, if you don't know. But if you are liking this comment, feel free to subscribe because I do plan to keep on, you know, posting this because I actually love doing commentary. Like, I love just giving my opinions on things. I went to school, you know, I was an English major. So writing papers and just getting down and talking about stuff is really nothing. But I just want to hear what y'all think. How do y'all feel about these things below? Do you feel like we as biological women are tripping? If you are trans, do you think that we're just like doing too much? Or do you as biological women think that we deserve to be able to stand up for ourselves and have our voices be heard because we don't need to be erased and colonized? So with that being said, thank you guys for coming, checking out this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.